Greetings, kindred. I am Voivodemekhet, and welcome back to our World of Darkness, and a look at this Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 gameplay trailer with explanation from these guys from the Chinese room. Which, first off, I want to say congratulations to Josh for getting as far as you have, man. This is awesome. The fact that you've been able to turn your passion into like a job is incredible, and it's a fight uphill. So here's to you. Second, if anybody has not seen this and you are interested in Bloodlines 2 at all, give it a watch. It's not that long. You could just skip ahead to the actual gameplay if you wanted to, and not care what the developers are having to say, because some people do and some people don't care about that stuff. I listened to the whole thing, and it's interesting. As many of you probably know, this channel was originally created so that I could play Bloodlines 2 on YouTube during the pandemic. I was like, well, it's going to be out soon, so I might as well play the first Bloodlines maybe a couple times before it came out, and that was a while ago. Since then, the property arrangement to create Bloodlines 2 has changed hands multiple times. There has been so much drama that I have actively avoided. But there is a lot going on with this right now, and a lot of people are giving their opinions, and a lot of people in our World of Darkness community are asking for my opinion on what I think about Bloodlines 2. And first off, I will just say that from what we originally saw when they announced Bloodlines 2, it is completely different. Obviously, we're not playing a Thin Blood anymore. We're playing an Elder. We're not playing a nobody who's trying to work their way into one of the many organizations of Seattle. We are now playing an Elder who has recently arisen, who has, from what I understand, a Thin Blood in their head, like talking to them. And you're the sheriff of Seattle now, and it's a lot. And I'm also very, very amused by the fact that it apparently is connected to Seattle by Night in some fashion. So that's pretty cool. I wonder exactly how they worked that out, but it's neat. People are putting a lot of emphasis on quite a few things, like the animation style, the dialogue, the storyline itself, like everything that we should be looking at when it comes to video game quality. And I'm not disappointed at all. If anything, like I said, how it's like a completely different game from what it was, now I want to play both of these games. I love the idea that we get to play an Elder in effectively a 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade setting. That's something that you don't get to do when it comes to standard V5 mechanics. And World of Darkness 5th edition, it's so built around the new blood coming in, not just vampire, werewolf, hunter. It's all about the new generation of denizens in the World of Darkness, and I like playing Elders. I've always enjoyed that. I love me some neonates, don't get me wrong, but there's still a part of me that always calls back to want to play some type of Elder who has the experience and who has the knowledge. And this game just looks like a lot of fun. First off, ooh, bright. Very, very bright. The storyline that's going on that we've been able to see here is that you're recently arisen Elder who ends up getting brought into the fold of the Camarilla, becoming the sheriff. You are cursed in some fashion. You have the voice of, from what I've heard, a Thin Blood in your head, and you're running around trying to solve this mystery of who might actually be controlling you. The story premise seems amazing. The powers that we're seeing right now behind me, if we have not seen it, they're all supposed to be some type of illusionary gifts, almost like an ecstatic version of chemistry. Um, that's why we've got the exploding, the exploding into light adversaries, and later on mannequins that come to life and start attacking you. They're all illusions. They're all inside Fire's head. So, opinions on the game itself. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna play it. A lot of you guys are gonna play it. There are some things that I've heard people complain about. You can't change the character's name. The character's name is Fire. I don't care. The first time I ever got to play a Vampire the Masquerade video game was Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, where you come in, you play Kristoff, a Brujah, and you play his story from, I think it's like 1270 to 1999 or something like that. You span 1,000 years. And you play that character and his party, his coterie. In this game, you play Fire. But you actually get to choose what clan Fire is going to be. From what I understand, all the promotional material has been Fire as a female protagonist. Those scratch marks on her hands, those are signs of the curse that she's been put under. But from what I understand, that you can dictate what gender your character is going to be. You can also dictate what clan your character is going to be. I'm all for that. Am I upset that there's only a specific number of clans that are coming out that do not match the whole of what is available in Vampire the Masquerade? No, I'm not, because we're talking about 13 clans that would add so much more. We would literally be waiting a couple more. We'd be waiting a few more years to get this game out if they were going to include all the clans. And I'd like to play this game at some point in time while I'm still like, well, what am I saying? I'm going to be playing these games until I'm like 90. But the whole concept of, am I upset about the clans being limited? No, I'm not, because they are set as the classic role-playing clans. And what I mean by that is, I mean like archetypes. You've got an assassin, you've got a social character, you've got a fighter, you've got a wizard. Like, these are your classic RPG format characters, and with that, that's really all you need. The rest is all fluff. Would I love to see Clans of Meatsy playable? Hell yes. Of course I would. It's me. I love Clans of Meatsy. Would I love to play this game as a Toreador? Yes. A Nosferatu? Absolutely. The game has all of the possibilities of doing that. Will I pay more for the DLC later? I will. I will. If I enjoy the game as it's going to be presented with your basic RPG mechanics, yes, I am going to enjoy the hell out of it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm liking this fighting style that I'm seeing. Here's the mannequins that I was talking about before. If you guys have not seen this, I will put a link in the description. You guys should definitely go and check it out. It looks like a fun game. Is it exactly the game that they said that we were going to get when they first started advertising this? Absolutely not, because it's not the same people making it. There's going to be a lot of back and forth when it comes to intellectual properties and how exactly a company is going to handle this stuff. And World of Darkness in general is incredibly open when it comes to their multimedia aspects of World of Darkness. We've got By Night Studios handling the LARP side. We've got Renegade handling the tabletop side. But like, pretty much anybody can throw their hat in the ring and say, we want to create a television show. We want to create a movie. We want to create a soundtrack. We want to create a video game. All of this stuff is open. And these are the people who have taken up this daunting task, this thankless task, might I add, with all of the horrible stuff that I've read online that people want to say about these things. If you don't like it, don't play it. That's really all I can say. I'm going to play it because it's World of Darkness. I like that stuff, and I've played pretty much everything that I can get my hands on. Um, and there are some things that I will honestly say that I just don't care for, things that I have aged out of, I guess. Um, I'm like 6 episodes into a playlist on playing. I like William. I like this Nosferatu. He's a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm like 6 episodes into playing Vampire the Masquerade Redemption again, and truthfully, it's a daunting task for me at this point. I don't know if I want to finish it. It's just something I don't like point and click, you know? This, on the other hand, this first person activating disciplines, may I say, celerity and potence looks incredible in this. The telekinesis that fire seems to have for some reason, which she's an elder. Who the hell knows what kind of abilities they have? This all looks incredibly entertaining to use. I would like to see some other gameplay, but I can also understand why they chose to represent this with the fighter aspect of the game. They do a really good job showing the different what's a good way of putting this? They do a good way of showing the different aspects of gameplay in Bloodlines 2 right now. The investigative sense of how the game works, the combat of how the game works, the social aspects, the speaking to the NPCs, the fact that they don't have 5 choices of things that you can say, but they do have a good number, and you can choose whether or not your character is going to be hostile, whether or not your character is going to be friendly, and it's going to take the game in different directions. At least that's what appears what it appears like it's going to do. This is going to be a fun game, in my opinion, from what I can see. I will say that I am optimistically curious about the way that this is going to run. I don't want them to give away the whole story for us to see what's going to happen. And I know a lot of people want to see more of it to be able to make their minds up on how things are going to be. And for that, I'd say there's going to be people who purchase it. I'm going to purchase it. There's going to be people who play it online. I'm going to play it online. So, if you are curious and consider in the point of considering whether or not you want to buy it, why don't you just wait and see when the game comes out, instead of like trying to knock it down before it's out. Personally, I don't think that many people in this community are going to do that, because the Our World of Darkness community seems to be some of the most like positively inclined World of Darkness fans there are. You guys are just a lot of fun, and you guys tend to have a positive outlook on things, even if you don't personally like a thing. We've got people in this community who are V20 anti-V5. We have people in this community who are V5 anti-V20. There are some people in this community who are still staunch believers that first edition, second edition are the best editions to play out there. And none of you are wrong, because it's all based on opinion. But even though that's a thing, no one tends to be an asshole about it, which I have to say thank you. Thank you very much to this community for being amazing and for being supportive. And let's just hope that the Chinese Room can pull this off. We know that there are people out there who love this story, and I mean Vampire the Masquerade in general, not Bloodlines 2. And with people out there who love this story, and we're aging. I'm 40 at this point in time, and we're getting grown-up jobs in the field that we have interest in. And we have to take that in consideration, is that the people who are making these games, a good amount of them now, are fans of of the IP. We are no longer a group of kids waiting for the adults to give us the content that we want to play with. We are making the content ourselves. And that's one of the things that I very much love about the direction that World of Darkness is taking, is that it's a passion project at this point. You don't have people who are sitting in some boardroom paying off a bunch of people exorbitant amounts of money because they want to have a cash cow. We have people who are making these games because they want to play them. We have people who are making these games because they want to share their passion and because they don't want to see it die. They want to see the games grow in popularity. They want to see the games just grow to a point where they are as big, if not bigger than D&D, you know? Like, and it's one of those really cool things. So we have Bloodlines 2 on the way. I'm excited for it. I'm positively optimistic. I'm expectant that this is going to be fun. I like the idea. I like the gameplay aspects. Do I wish it was an MMO? God, yes. Am I still salty about the EVE Online thing? Yeah. Um, but until we get an MMO, like I'm my favorite outlet for this stuff is still going to end up being LARP and tabletop over any kind of like electronic media. I enjoy the video games, and that's something that I will definitely play when I'm alone. I prefer an MMO over a base storyline RPG, but I'm going to play this. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. And I can't wait to have more conversations about it when we have the ability to have those conversations. When we have our own personal experiences about how and what we want to see from Bloodlines 2 and how it can be played to just be fun for everybody. So I limited myself to talking as long as the actual like video was about all this, and we're done with the gameplay footage and we're just back to the developers talking in the background. So I don't think we're going to go as long as the video itself. I just want to give me your thoughts, actual thoughts, not what you hear, not oh it's going to suck because like if you're going to say it's going to suck, give me a because. If you're going to say it's going to be great, give me a because. Let's talk about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 down in the description. If you have an opinion about this video game at all, I would like to see a like on this video, because I know that there's a lot of you who have strong positive and negative opinions about what's going on. And that is what I'm interested in. If you want to get more hype about this game, let's get a dialogue going, because there are people in the World of Darkness who watch these and showing that you have a thought process for projects that they're working on is the best way to get them to listen to you. Screaming and yelling about how this sucks without context, it's not going to get their opinion. It's just going to make them not do anything with it. That's how we lose things. So let's take a moment, if you watch this video, to please go down in the comments and give me your honest opinion. I don't want to hear it's going to be great. I don't want to hear it's going to be sucky. I want to hear why. Why do you think it's going to go one way or the other? I am Voivode Mekhet. This is our world of darkness. And I really think in this situation where we are all arguing about whether or not this is going to be a good game or a shitty game, that needs to be taken into consideration more than ever. That this is our world of darkness and we shape it in the way that we want it to be. See these guys talking behind me? These are fans. These guys are people who have played the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop game, fell in love with it, and decided that they wanted a visual media aspect of the game, and they've designed this amazing outlook off of somebody else's work, mind you. Not just of Vampire the Masquerade, but what Bloodlines 2 was originally supposed to be 4 times over at this point. And they're still working on it after all this time. Keep that in mind. It has now been 20 years. It has been 2 decades since Bloodlines 1 came out. I'm interested in seeing how Bloodlines 2 is going to be connected to Bloodline 1, or if it is at all. Because I know originally we were going to see Damsel popping in, and I haven't seen hide or red hair of her since that one trailer came out like forever ago. But like, I'm sorry, I'm going off the deep end again. I want to end this. If you have an opinion about this game, share it in depth down below. I'm curious. I will read all of the comments for this video. I will prioritize the comments in this video, and I will answer them. And I can assure you that people who are important may very well, I can assure you, may very well. I love that. I can put out there that there's a good chance that people from World of Darkness might actually see what we're talking about if we start up a coherent, non-toxic fan base dialogue in the comments. So, all of you out there who are excited for this game, all of you out there who are done with this game, shouldn't be that much longer till they're at least done talking about it. I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. Have a nice day.